Being a VTuber, it's weird. Whether you're a stranger to the internet or you're very, very intimate with the internet. If someone told me that it was gonna be possible for freaks like me to be a hot anime boy in 10 years, I would have checked you into a mental ward, free of charge. Don't worry. I heard that the grippy socks are pretty nice. What's even stranger about being a VTuber is how our online personas are shaped by both fiction and reality. We draw inspiration from shows like Sword Art Online, Castlevania, Cyberpunk Edgerunners, which is evident in my friend Taya's VTuber concept. You can spot many of these inspirations in her channel, twitch.tv/Taya_TS. Love you, girl. And yet, we also draw inspiration from real life experiences and people. As a child of the internet, I've been immersed in online culture for years. I've played League of Legends since Season 2, and witnessed the rise and fall of various YouTube trends, from the British invasion to Tyler Oakley's reign, and even the Five Nights at Freddy's craze. It's not just a theory, it's a game theory. Remember when Justin Bieber was a rising star on YouTube? My dad, an original believer, would often tell me, you could be just like Justin. And even though it made my eyes roll, part of me believed him. My life online had such a profound impact on me that becoming an internet personality became my ultimate dream. This digital world is my passion, my everything. Every moment I've spent scrolling through Twitter, every virtual death I've experienced in Valorant, has led me to this point. The fulcrum of my existence is rooted in this online world. Fuck. I'm getting older, but it's kind of thrilling to know what else I'm going to get to see and experience. This is all a roundabout way to say that I'm going to talk about my biggest inspirations as a VTuber. What makes me tick? Well, I can't give you a full picture, but let's at least start things off a little bit. It's kind of embarrassing thinking about how Shoto's rise in the content creator space is very integral for me. I can't say that I've watched every stream. The fact is, my attendance rate for these kinds of things has always been less than stellar, even for the people I adore, both in real life and online. I've always developed crushes on people for flimsy reasons. I'm one of those people who idolize celebrities, and I think it's because of a deep desire to be one of them. God, I want to be so famous it hurts. But I also don't want the responsibility that comes with it. I don't want people to like me the way that I like Shoto, because it's weird, and if I explored it too deeply, it might come off as obsessive. I never conjured a thought that I'd have a chance to succeed in this space. I thought it was limited to a specific type of person, and I didn't fit the mold. But then Shoto came along and changed the game a fair bit. He showed me that it's possible for someone like me to be a successful VTuber, and that realization opened up a whole new world of possibilities. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to be the next Shoto or anything, but he's definitely made me feel like I have a shot at this. Like, I can carve out my own little niche in the VTuber world. And that's a pretty amazing feeling. Maybe one day, I'll get to meet Shoto. I think that would be really cool. For now, though, I'll just take being inspired by him and attracted to his roguish nature and attitude. God. Maybe I just love fuckboys, man. I don't think I'd ever have gone down this particular path of being a VTuber if he didn't rise in popularity the way he did. I want to emulate him in my own way. I don't want to be him, but I think it would be really, really cool to be compared to him one day. I want to capture a fraction of the charisma and charm that he exudes so effortlessly. I know it's a tall order, but a person can dream, right? I'm aware that this might sound delusional, but I feel like Shoto has set a benchmark for me. He's shown me that it's possible to be successful and beloved in this space, and that's what drives me to keep going. Even if it's just a pipe dream, even if I never reach his level of success, I want to keep striving for it. And who knows? Maybe someday I'll find my own unique voice and style, and people will love me for who I am, not just because I'm trying to emulate someone else. But for now, I'm content. I'm content to follow in Shoto's footsteps and see where this journey takes me. Rosé of Blackpink. There's no other idol in K-pop who's captured my heart in admiration like she has. Sometimes I wonder if my boyfriend feels threatened by the special place she holds in my life, but then I remember that he doesn't think like I do. He doesn't have the same emotional connections and attachments that I do. But for me, Rosé represents something more than just a talented artist. She embodies a symbol of self-trust and intuition. My love for Rosé isn't about her incredible singing voice or her captivating stage presence. It's about the way she makes me feel, the way her music has made me curl up into a ball and cry at night. It's about the reassurance she gives me, the reminder to trust myself and my instincts. I'm not naive. I know I'll never truly know her as a person, but my perception of her is what matters most to me. I acknowledge that my admiration for her might seem foolish, that I'm investing so much emotional capital into someone I don't personally know. But I'm willing to take that risk because for me, it's not about whether she's genuine or not. It's about the impact she has on my life. And even if she were to disappoint me, that wouldn't diminish my own belief in myself. Not anymore. Rosé became my idol of choice because she represents that reminder to trust my own instincts and beliefs. Her music and her presence have given me a sense of comfort, and for that, I'll always be grateful. I'm allowed to be wrong, and I'm allowed to have my own opinions and feelings. And for me, Rosé will always be a symbol of self-trust and the power of believing in oneself.
I could be a crush, I could throw you for a rush, like hoping you text me so I could tell you I've been thinking about your touch, like touch, 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 touch. I could be a crush, 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 crush. I got a fascination with your presentation, making me feel like you're on my island, you're my permanent vacation. Touch, 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 touch. I could be a crush, 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 crush. Sorry.
A bygone era on YouTube was defined by the reign of ukulele-wielding women, notably Dodie and Tessa Violet, along with guitar-wielding Maisie Peters. The ukulele label still fits, you just had to be there, okay? Dodie was the darling of many Sapphic fans, while Maisie Peters has since ascended to opening for Ed Sheeran and featuring on the Birds of Prey soundtrack. As their fan bases have evolved and grown, My personal preference has remained steadfast. Tessa Violet's unique blend of aesthetics, quirkiness, and approach to life continues to resonate with me like no other. Ironically, it was a specific hate comment that drew me to Tessa Violet's music. Someone cruelly wrote something along the lines of, "You're not much of a singer. I think you should stop." That comment sparked a sense of solidarity within me. I felt compelled to support her even more fervently. From that moment on, I became deeply invested in her success, and my appreciation for her artistry, it only grew stronger. As Tessa Violet's YouTube focus shifted towards her music career, I sensed a palpable transformation in the air. Then I heard a snippet of her upcoming album, Bad Ideas, in one of her vlogs, and I instinctively knew this was going to change my life. Little did I realize just how profoundly it would impact me. I was utterly unprepared for the magnitude of that impending change. I'm hesitant to admit that the music I listen to has become a soundtrack to my life, but it's true. When Tessa Violet's Bad Ideas released, I was reeling from a long-distance breakup that spanned international time zones. My mom just kicked me out of the house, and I was trying to figure out what I was going to do while I slept on my dad's couch. Consumed by self-blame, I found solace in the album's songs. They drew me out of my anger and offered a refuge from my emotions, providing a sanctuary to process my pain. The music became a haven, helping me navigate the tumultuous landscape of my heart. As a VTuber, I approach my content creation in a fashion that's deeply inspired by Tessa Violet's approach. I've always regarded her as the older sister I never had, whose experiences and advice have been invaluable to me. With a few years head start, she's paved a path that I can learn from and aspire to follow. My hope is to pay it forward one day, providing guidance and support for someone else in the future, just as Tessa has done for me. That would be a truly wonderful legacy to build.
I'd rather be crazy. Hold up, they don't love you like I love you. Slow down, they don't love you like I love you. Back up, they don't love you like I love you. Step down, they don't love you like I love you. Can't you see there's no other man above you? What a wicked way to treat the girl that loves you. Hold up, they don't love you like I love you. Slow down, they don't love you like I love you.
So, yeah, Beyonce has been a huge source of empowerment for me for a long time. Growing up, I was pretty sheltered and out of touch with pop culture. I mean, I was clueless about celebrities or music. I remember a classmate asking me in 5th grade at lunch if I preferred Rihanna or Beyonce, and I had no idea who either of them was. I hesitantly said, Rihanna? I guess. She responded by calling me stupid as hell. Fair enough. At the time, I was pretty oblivious, but that moment stuck with me. And I eventually discovered Beyonce's music and message, which have since had a profound impact on my life. I need to share my family history a little bit before I can dive into the impact Beyonce had on me. My father, my rock and biggest supporter, introduced me to hip-hop and R&B. I was captivated by the genre's rhythm and flow from Snoop Dogg, Jay-Z, and Tupac, and I was so moved by the soulful voices of Alicia Keys and Usher. Mary J. Blige's Family Matters, it remains a beloved favorite of mine. Whenever I listen to those genres, I feel a deep connection to my father and the memories we shared. His influence on my musical tastes and identity, it's undeniable. In stark contrast, my mother's presence in my life was marked by fake love, criticism, and hurt. She dismissed my sensitivity and femininity, making me feel inadequate and unloved. Her words and actions left deep scars, and in my darkest moments, I knew she wouldn't be there for me. I felt like a burden to her, a constant reminder of something she wanted to erase. So what does Beyonce have to do with this? Well, Beyonce's music and work ethic remind me of my father's dedication and passion. Her unwavering commitment to her craft is a testament to the values he instilled in me. But what resonates even deeper is her unapologetic embrace of femininity and being a person of color, which contrasts so deeply with my mother's hurtful criticisms. Every time I listen to Beyonce, it feels like a rebellious act against the toxic messages I received from my mother that I wasn't good enough. It's also a tribute to my father, who always encouraged me to embrace my true self. I know that for a lot of people in the gay community, it tends to be the reverse if they have a supportive parent. Usually it's the mothers that are kind and gentle, but I'm lucky that my dad always tried to be more understanding of me. Beyonce's music became my sanctuary, my empowerment, and in a way, my way of honoring my father. When faced with challenges or uncertainty, the joke is I ask myself, what would Beyonce do? It's a question that echoes a deeper inquiry. What would my father do? Beyonce's unwavering dedication to her craft, her unapologetic embrace of her identity, and her resilience in the face of adversity, it all reminds me of the values of my father. By channeling my inner Beyonce, I'm really tapping into the wisdom and strength my father taught me. I have the capacity to overcome any obstacle and achieve my dreams. I don't always believe that, but my dad does, and always has. I'm lucky in that way. My stepmom tells me sometimes that he made her believe in love again. He made her think that those classic love songs weren't full of shit, and I think that's very special. I love my dad.
Cause she's a G-O-D-D-E-S-S. That bitch is a goddess. G-O-D-D-E-S-S. That bitch is a goddess. She's not trying to impress. She's just being honest. G-O-D-D-E-S-S. That bitch is...
When I first laid eyes on Sasha Colby in the season 15 Meet the Queens promo for RuPaul's Drag Race, I let out a gasp. So gay. It could have been bottled and sold as poppers. I'm aware of my distinctive speaking style. I'm like gay, but rest assured, I can also articulate full sentences like a grown-up. Most of the time anyway. I like to think I'm versatile in more ways than one. Well, I'm actually just a bottom, but that's not the point. Sasha Colby's declaration, "I'm your drag queen's favorite drag queen," was a masterclass in audacity and star power. I was captivated, unable to look away as she commanded the screen with the presence of a quintessential diva. While I'd heard whispers about Sasha's legendary status in the drag world, it wasn't until that moment that I fully grasped the hype. The season that followed was essentially the Sasha Colby meet and greet, a murder scene. As a gender non-conforming individual from the islands, I resonated deeply with Sasha Colby's presence. For years, I'd been yearning for representation that mirrored my experiences, something that was both unapologetically gay and deeply rooted in the AAPI community. Sasha Colby embodied that intersectionality, a true representation of my identity. In her, I finally saw myself reflected on screen, and it was a transformative experience. With Sasha Colby as my inspiration, I feel further emboldened to take on the world with unbridled confidence. I no longer need to hide in shame. Instead, I can forge my own path despite the obstacles. I can embrace my journey towards self-actualization, knowing that someone like Sasha Colby has paved the way. She proves that even the most unlikely individuals from the smallest of islands can achieve greatness. Her success illuminates my own potential, and it fuels my determination to shine. So, that's a glimpse into my mind and the way I think. These individuals have had an incredible impact on me, and it wasn't easy to put into words exactly why. I spent a lot of time reflecting, staring at the ceiling, trying to understand myself better. It's not always easy to self-reflect and pinpoint our motivations, but writing this helped me gain some insight. It helped me understand who I am and why I'm passionate about what I do. I hope sharing these stories, these people that have inspired me can help you gain insight into yourself as well. That'd be cool. So thank you for your time, and I'll see you later.